My name is Kyle, and I'm a medical student at the University of Vermont. In this video, I will be discussing lessons from the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918 in the context of reopening cities. In 1918, during the Spanish flu pandemic, cities across the country adopted many non-pharmaceutical interventions, or NPIs, including school closures and bans on public gatherings, much like today. Studies have found strong associations between early, sustained, and layered applications of NPIs and mitigation of resulting consequences. Notably, the emphasis on sustained NPI application proved to be beneficial in the vast majority of U.S. cities. New York City, the largest city at the time and still today, implemented policies of isolation and quarantine and were able to control mortality within 3 months of the first case. However, some cities, including Denver and St. Louis, experienced the second worst wave of mortality, ultimately taking an additional 2 months to recover compared to New York City. What differentiated these cities from the rest was the deactivation of NPIs when they saw a slight decrease in mortality, which caused the local effects of the pandemic to rebound with even higher death rates and nearly doubling the duration of the outbreak in each of these cities. Additionally, studies found that cities with more aggressive NPIs experienced more prosperous economic growth after the resolution of the pandemic. Thus, these policies were mutually beneficial in reducing mortality and stimulating the economy, despite the disruption from the temporary shutdowns implemented. Although the 1918 flu pandemic occurred at a drastically different time in the course of technological development, we can still use those lessons to guide our response to coronavirus today. So, how does this relate to today? In recent news, there have been several protests across the country by Americans demanding the reopening of businesses. If the U.S. is to follow the trajectory of Denver and St. Louis in 1918 by prematurely reopening cities amidst what still seems to be a time of crisis, we could see detrimental effects on our country. We could face a larger spike in cases, which we already have the highest case rate on the planet. We could also face a longer duration of pandemic than other countries who have a tighter control on their NPI policies. Not only are we far more connected today than 100 years ago, the US population is more than triple that of 1918. It is our duty to protect ourselves and to protect those around us by working within the boundaries of our current NPIs. Thank you for listening. To learn more, visit publichealthcoalition.org.